Oh, Lord.
I shall be there. You better believe it.
Interesting.
I shall be right there.
All right, now to the New York teams. Both are 0-3. Jets are struggling with their new rookie quarterback as they are the only team scoring under 10 points per game. The Giants have been okay, but have not been able to close, losing 2 games at the buzzer. Stephen A., do you have anything to say about these New York teams?
They're a catastrophe. And I want to apologize because I got my boy Jeff Brown, who Molly knows very, very well, lives out in California.
What's up, Jeff?
Native New Yorker. Got my 2 godchildren, Nicholas and Nicole. Hey, y'all. And here's the problem. He's got them as Jets and Mets fans. And I always say to him, why would you do that to them? Why would you do that to my godchildren? Why would you expose them to this level of futility and incompetence? It makes no sense whatsoever. And now we're seeing the latest evidence as to why that is. The New York Jets haven't been to the playoffs since they went to an AFC championship game in 2010 when Rex Ryan was coaching them, okay? They haven't been to the playoffs ever since, okay? They had 1 winning record in all of those years in the past decade when Todd Bowles was coaching them. That is it. They are horrible. And right now, you got a cat in Denzel Mims that's playing behind everybody. He's only played 1 game, and you got a lot of people wondering as to whether or not he should be playing. Your leading receiver is some dude named Baxton Berrios, or whatever the hell his name is. You got Corey Davis there as well, who's got a reputation and a resume. And I'm not saying they're scrubs, but something is clearly missing. And when we look at rookie quarterbacks, we know Justin Fields had Matt Nagy, all right? And that's problematic. We see Mac Jones, we ain't worried about him because he's with Belichick and Josh McDaniel. We know that Trey Lance is coming. But Jimmy Garoppolo is playing well right now. Plus, you got Kyle Shanahan there. You look at Trevor Lawrence, you see nuggets of greatness, even though he's made some mistakes, not good throwing a pick 6 and all of that other stuff. The one rookie quarterback we're looking at, and we're like, damn, there's nothing that looks good about him is Zach Wilson. And it's really not his fault because it's about culture. And you got a defensive guy in Robert Salah who I'm trying to have some faith in and what have you, but I see no evidence that you know what's going on offensively. And who's your offensive coordinator? We got Matt LaFleur in Green Bay. We got Mike LaFleur in New York with the New York Jets. I don't know. Maybe that's got something to do with it. You see, life without Aaron Rodgers. We'll see what Matt LaFleur will do down the line. In the case of the New York Giants, you got Joe Judge, who I like. And I saw the Giants improving last year as each game progressed. This year, you come into the season, we got to look at Dave Gettleman because we're looking at the pieces around. Daniel Jones, we want to sit up there and crucify him. He hasn't been playing that bad over the last couple of weeks. He's been flinging the football. We know Galladay can ball. We know what Saquon Barkley can do. But somehow, some way, the New York Giants, who've only had 1 playoff appearance since 2011 or whatever, you got a situation right now where it's Gotham, it's the Mecca, it's New York City, even though they're playing across the swamp in East Rutherford, New Jersey, and somehow, some way, you can't win damn football games. It's a disgrace. It's embarrassing. Look, I know First Take's number 1 in the morning. You know, we do what we do. But the reality of the situation is, you know, it's a damn shame when the show First Take is more entertaining to watch than the Giants and the Jets football team. And that's where we are. And it's a damn shame.
And the Jets, let me tell you something, man, how hard it is to turn around a losing organization like that. Whenever things start going poorly, the mindset gets to, here we go again. To root that out is so difficult. It's so difficult. And you got to make the right moves. You got to get the right players that it means so much. Winning means so much to them that every time they lose a game, they go back to the facility and work out some more. Oh, yeah, they had some of those players like Jamal, but they let them go. They kicked them out, as a matter of fact. So don't tell me about that. I know what it's like. I had a 3-13 team, a 1-50. I know what that's like and turning that around. Now, my issue with the Giants. Last year, I tweeted it when Dallas lost that game in Philly. And they started talking about, I can't believe Dallas letting go, like they're playing hard. Oh, they're just going to throw the game, as if Dallas owes them a favor. And I said, shut up. Feel the pain of missing the playoffs and then go and correct it and fix it this offseason so when you come back this season, you'll show up and make sure you leave it in your own hands. And what did they do? They came back with a 0-3. A 0-3. So that tells me you didn't put the right blame where you need to put the blame on
Which is where?
on themselves.
Jason
on
Garrett.
themselves.
You know Jason Garrett
There's no
pretty
doubt.
well.
Let me tell you something. There's no real. I don't know if you ask me what's the identity of the team. I don't know. What are you trying to do? What is that offense trying to do? I like the head coach.
Yeah.
I like he's a disciplinarian. He knows order. I like that. But he doesn't have the right people on a football team to win right now.
I understand that, but I also have to hold him accountable for not having the right coach because he made the grave mistake of contaminating himself with a former Cowboy. I mean, why would you bring somebody that was the head coach of the Cowboys to you as an offensive coordinator within the same division?
You just
why
said
would you do
yourself that Daniel Jones is playing okay. So that's Coach Garrett right there with Daniel Jones.
Really?
Now, Galladay hadn't been totally healthy. Sterling Shepard has been your leading receiver, and then he gets banged up. You know what I mean? So you can't say, oh, you going to put it all on Jason Garrett?
I'm not putting it all on
Jason
him.
Garrett,
I'm not putting it all on him. I'm just saying, you couldn't get somebody else to do the job that he's doing. Why bring a Cowboy over within the same division? What's that going to do for you?
And the Giants lose a game. Let me tell you something. They lose a game in which they were honoring one of their greatest Giants, in Eli Manning.
Yeah.
Yes.
Eli Manning right there, the Michael. And I'm going to tell you something. The Cowboys are giving rings to Jimmy Johnson and Drew Pearson. You think we're about to go in here and blow this with the Cowboys and everybody getting their Super Bowl rings Monday night? That's why I'm going to be right there.
So you're bragging about the possibility that you're going to beat a team in the Eagles that just fresh off scored 11 points against San Francisco last week.
Hold up, Playmaker. We're not to your team yet because you can evaluate quarterbacks, so I want to know this. So if Daniel Dimes had a real offensive coordinator, a real offensive line, the right weapons around him, how high is his ceiling? Like, what type of quarterback can he actually be in the NFL?
First of all, now you're talking about putting the right kind of players around Daniel. I think the system, because this system, I think, fits his skill set. This system is a timing system. I know I won Super Bowls in this system. You drop back and get rid of the ball. Now, you need those kinds of players. And I know for a fact they went after Allen Robinson because I think he's that kind of player. And he's always on the football field. If you want him to develop, you want Daniel Jones to develop, you need those guys around him always on the football field. I do think the system fits his skill set.
You also need him to hold on to the football. Listen, he came in last week, not this past week, but last week, he came in having 40 turnovers and 18 fumbles since 2019.
No doubt.
Okay? So don't gloss over that.
And Daniel Jones is not a bad quarterback. It's where they picked him now and what's expected from him. That's a difficult thing for him in this situation.
Okay, I'll give you that. I'm not going to knock you for that.
You guys sort of answered my question.
Listen.
The Raiders
you're going to be ready for a while.
When you are in the AFC North cellar after being trounced by Joe Burrow and the Bengals. Ben Roethlisberger threw 58 times for 318 yards, but only had one touchdown and 2 interceptions. This is awkward silence. I'm not teeing you up, so you could just go.
Steelers are awful. They're awful. The defense, I'm not going to blame them because T.J. Watt is out. Highsmith was out. I don't know why everybody got a groin injury, but that's a subject for another day. But their offense is awful. It's the music.
No, it's the groin injury.
I actually asked for this music, Ryan. I have never seen the Steelers' offense look this bad. Ben Roethlisberger threw 13 passes behind the line of scrimmage. You told me that during the break. I didn't know it was that many. He threw 13 passes behind the line of scrimmage. With Chase Claypool, with Juju Smith-Schuster, with Ebron, with Deontay Johnson and James Washington. The leading receiver was Najee Harris. And the reason why he's catching the ball is because you can't run block for him. Ben Roethlisberger struggles to throw the football 20-plus yards. And Juju Smith-Schuster, since Antonio Brown departed from Pittsburgh, has become more popular for his TikToks before the game than what he actually does during the game. 3 receptions for 25 yards, even though he went down. He was a little injured. I have been a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for as long as I have been a General Hospital fan.
That's a problem.
I have been a Pittsburgh Steelers fan for as long as I have been a General Hospital fan which spans 40 plus years, 4 decades. And I have never, ever, with Neil O'Donnell, with Mark Malone, you understand what I'm saying? And the list goes on. Cordell Stewart. I have never seen the Steelers offense.
Bubby Bristol?
Look, Bubby Bristol, too. I have never seen the Steelers offense look this bad. I predicted they would win the AFC North.
That wasn't smart.
It was not smart, no. It was dumb.
It was dumb.
It was emotional.
Okay.
It was erratic. Damn it was irresponsible. It was irresponsible.
Journalistically.
And I just want to say to America, right here, right now, I have never been this sad. I've